Hello students, I am Professor Prashant Berge and in today's video lecture we are going to discuss functions of retailers. In our previous video lecture we have seen characteristics of retailing or characteristics of retailers. In today's video lecture we shall be continuing with functions of retailers. So there are some important functions that the retailers undertake, especially from the point of view of marketing. These are listed as below. The first and foremost function that the retailers perform is that of sorting. A retailer deals in a variety of merchandise and so he buys, collects large number of goods from a variety of wholesalers. If you see in a kirana shop, he is loaded with wide variety of items or wide variety of uh, merchandise which is used to sell or which he sells to other people. He brings variety of goods under one roof and displays them in his shop. Thus he performs two functions of buying and assembling of goods. So he buys also and he assembles the goods. So this is nothing but sorting. Basically sorting means he buys from a variety of merchandise wholesalers and keeps in his shop for sale. So this becomes easier for customers to go there and the customer can find wide variety of uh, options from where he or she can purchase things. For example, if you want say masala, some kind of masala while you are cooking, so you can go and get mdh masala, everest masala, or suhana masala, and so many other masalas which are there in the market. So he has sorted them and he has assembled them in his shop. The second important function that the retailer perform is that of storage or holding stock. After assembling the goods, the retailer stores them in his godown or warehouse or maybe in his shop itself if he has space, so that they are held as reserve stocks for future. Storage of goods in ready stock is also necessary because if the customer comes and demands a particular item from the retailer and it is not available, then this non availability will result in loss of sale for the retailer, and hence it is very important that he holds stock of goods. So he has to have certain stock of items which he wants to sell in his godown or in his shop itself. So this is one important function that he performs, that is storage of items or storage of a stock of items with him. The third function that he performs is that of selling. This is quite obvious function of retailers. They are meant to sell items. The ultimate aim, probably we can say, of every retailer is to sell goods that he buys from the wholesalers. So he employs efficient methods of selling to dispose of, that is, to sell off his products at a faster rate so that he can increase his turnover in a period of time. All retailers try to sell items with various methods, maybe sometimes by giving discounts or some offers, and they try to sell it off as fast as they can in order to increase the turnover. That is, they want to finish off the current stock so that they can purchase new stock of items. The next function that we are going to discuss is that of risk bearing. So what is this? The retailer bears the risk of physical damage of goods and also that of price fluctuations. Moreover, risk of fire is there, theft, that is robbery is there, deterioration and spoilage of goods also is there. This has also been borne by the retailer. There are some other risks that the retailer bears, that is, changes in fashion, taste of customers, demand of his customers may also change and may have an adverse effect on his sales. Nevertheless, a retailer does not lose his heart. He bears all these trade risks which come in his way during normal course of business. The next function that the retailer performs is that of breaking bulk. That is, a retailer packs his goods in small packets and containers for his customers. Occasionally, he may require to grade the goods also. For example, if we see, uh, if a retailer purchases items, that is, say, rice directly from the rice mill, then he may purchase it in, say, 500 kgs or maybe 400 kgs. He may purchase from the rice mill. Then he does not sell in such big quantity. He purchases in big quantity but sells in smaller packets of half kg, 1 kg, 2 kg and 5 kg packets. So these are the he purchases in bulk and breaks this bulk and converts them into smaller packets and sells it. Sometimes he may also be required to grade these items. That is, grading means the rice which is there consists of different things. For example, whole rice grain might be there, which gives him the highest rate. Then there might be so for example, in basmati rice itself, you may have basmati whole, or you may have tukda basmati, or you may have kanik basmati. So three types grading can be done based upon the length of the grain, whether it is whole, whether it is half, or whether it is lesser than half. So this kind of grading can also be done by the retailers. The next function that the retailers perform is that of credit, probably one of the most important thing, or important function that the retailers perform. Often retailers grant credit to customers and also bear the risk of bad debts which go along with credit sales. So there, what happens is many times they give items to customers on credit, with an expectation that the customer will pay off the debts to them later on. But sometimes what may happen is these debts which are there turn into bad debts, and hence this is also a financial risk that the retailer bears. But in order to increase the sale of his items in his shop, he has to go take that risk and he has to give credit. The next function that the retailer performs is that of supplying information. Retailers supply valuable market information to both wholesalers and customers. For instance, if a new product has arrived in the market, he gives information about that new product to the customers. So, information is flowing from the retailer to the customer. And on the other hand, feedback, that is, if customers give certain feedback about a particular product, for example, say any item which is there, say chili powder, if it is too hot and spicy, and customers are coming back, who have purchased that item, and telling that to the retailers can tell the same thing to the wholesalers, and in turn the wholesalers can tell it to the factory or to the uh, manufacturer. This helps the manufacturer to gather valuable data or information through which they can change their product itself. And lastly, advertising. Advertising is also one of the function. In it is just like giving information to the customers, but not only information. Retailers display goods and spend on advertising also. For example, you might have seen advertisements of Big Bazaar that they come, or some other retailers, they come in newspapers or magazines or televisions or maybe on social media. So to do these advertisements, retailers are spending money. So advertisement is also one of the functions of retailing or retailers. So these are the 8 functions that we are studying of retailers. With this we end today's lecture. If you have any difficulties, you can always contact us.